Coming up on MovieBuff, Jason Statham's doing what he does best. It's a stuntastic Transporter 3. Meet the neighbour from hell in Samuel L. Jackson's Lakeview Terrace. And everyone's favourite escaped zoo animals are off on another adventure in Madagascar II.
You see Jason Statham on the big screen and you know that you're in for an adrenaline-packed action ride. And that's exactly what Transporter 3 is. Impressive. Jason is back playing tough delivery man Frank Martin, a guy who will transport a package, human or otherwise, from A to B with no questions asked.
He's one of those very stoic, quiet guys that has his own sort of moral code. And I think there's a lot to be said for that. I mean, even guys, girls, they all like someone who's strong. He's a very internal sort of guy and, you know, he gets the job done.
He certainly does. So then, what's different about this film? Well, it's complicated. The package that Frank has to deliver is a girl, the kidnapped daughter of a Ukrainian government official. Now, initially he doesn't want the job, but he gets forced into it. And as well as all the baddies they encounter on the way, they also both have to wear exploding wristbands that go off if they ever get too far away from the car.
Can you remove it? There's a transmitter plate close by. If I do, boom.
Sounds dangerous. There's also a new director on board. French filmmaker Olivier Megaton was in the driving seat.
You know, I think you'll find when you see some of the action sequences, they're very, very different. A lot of the editing and a lot of the techniques that Olivier uses in putting these sequences together are extremely different to what we did in the first two. So.
Whether you like the changes in filming and editing, Jason's stunts are still as impressive as ever. So if you like action, with a capital A that is, then Transporter 3 ticks all the boxes.
When you hear that Samuel L. Jackson's starring in a film that Will Smith has produced, you're bound to take note. So listen up, people, and welcome to Lakeview Terrace. The film sees Samuel play a hard-as-nails LAPD cop called Abel, who begins to terrorise his new next-door neighbours for being an interracially married couple.
I always wanted to say this. We're homeowners.
Give up the wallet, man. Give it up.
Welcome to the neighborhood.
What?
Scared the hell out of me.
Imagine that.
I met our new neighbor, Abel Turner.
And?
He has a very special brand of humor. Your outside lights are shining right into our upstairs.
See how that could be annoying.
Yes, he may be a police officer, but that doesn't mean he's necessarily the good guy. Or is he? It seems even Samuel couldn't fully decide.
Movies tend to fall into several different genres, and you know, you're either playing bad guys most times or you're playing a good guy. So if you're a bad guy, you're not a cop. You're a good guy, you're a cop. This just happens to be kind of the opposite, I guess. I guess some people look at Abel as the bad guy at a certain point in the movie, but there are also points in the movie where you kind of sit there and you kind of relate to him and go, oh, well, maybe he's not so bad. He likes his kids and he's trying to do the right thing by his kids, and then you go, oh, wait a minute, well, maybe he's not so nice.
One thing he could decide on, though, was making the film in the first place. But with so many movie offers constantly coming through his door, how does he decide which to take?
You read them, you like them, you agree to do them, and whatever movie's ready to go when you finish the one you just finished, you kind of go and do that one next. And sometimes it takes 3 days, sometimes it takes 3 weeks, sometimes 3 months, but you just work it until you're done and go do the next one. Sometimes they cross over.
Samuel also has a big birthday coming up, turning 60 in December. So is he thinking of retiring from the red carpet anytime soon?
I'd like to keep going. I mean, it's a great job.
Alex, Marty, Melman and Gloria, oh, and King Julian, of course, are back for Madagascar II, and they still like to move it. They thought they were going home, and actually they were, just not the home they thought.
We offer only happiness and good greetings. sorry.
When you guys were making the first one, did you ever think that you'd be back for the sequel?
We were holding out for a lot more money, both Chris and I, and we said we're gonna do it as a united front.
Yeah.
And then they said no. And we said, well, what are you gonna do? They said, well, we'll get some other people, get Chris Tucker and Adam Sandler. And then we said, all right, we'll just do it.
Yeah.
Just give us whatever. And they said, you're gonna get a pay cut. We're like, okay, just have us back, please.
Then they said, you're gonna pay us.
Yeah.
And then
You still said yes.
Yeah.
Yes, so we're just happy to be here.
Okay, well, is there maybe like a manager we could talk to?
Oh, I see. You're here to challenge.
Ben Stiller, Chris Rock, David Schwimmer and Jada Pinkett Smith have all returned from Madagascar Escape to Africa, where their characters go on some pretty interesting journeys. Alex finally gets to meet his parents. Marty discovers he's not the only one with stripes. Melman finds his calling as a witch doctor, and if she didn't appreciate them before, Gloria discovers how to work her curves.
Goodness, girl, you huge.
Who's your friend? Or is that your butt? Playing a hippopotamus. It's kind of hard to imagine Jada Pinkett Smith playing a hippopotamus. But you know, it kind of works.
It does. I mean, Gloria, she's a fabulously full-figured woman, and she's very proud of it. And, you know, we love her for it.
The chemistry between the cast is what makes this animation so special, and what's even more magical is that they were hardly ever in the studio together.
I don't see anybody. And we thought we would try to get together for the second one, that we would all try to get in a room and do a couple scenes together. It just never happened. Maybe we'll try it again if we do a third one.
Madagascar #3, yes please. The kids are going to love the second outing of the Dancing Lion, and chances are Mum and Dad will enjoy it too.
Shuffle, ball change, hip swish, turn around.